What's up guys, TSJAwesome 628 here, back again with the first episode of the Season 2 of My Team Career Mode. This is just the pre-season episode, so a shorter episode where we just run through the administration area when it comes to this. We're just going to look through the sponsors now. We need to renew a couple of their contracts. We've gone for Zanzare and Satellites again, and for our third sponsor we had a look at many different ones, but most of them wanted us to be always first position, so I didn't want to go for any of those just in case we weren't first position on that week. So we decided just to end up renewing the contract with either Sudo or Neon, but we went for Neon, and qualifying P4 or better, we should be doing that every race. So now it's time to sign a new teammate. We're going to try and sign Valtteri Bottas first, so let's see what happens. He was the one that you guys suggested originally. If we can't sign Bottas, we'll try and sign Ricciardo, but hopefully we can try and sign Valtteri Bottas. But he's declined our approach, as we have not met his powertrain expectations. So that's unfortunate, but it means we're going to try and sign Daniel Ricciardo instead. And he has accepted our approach, which is good news. Otherwise, I don't really know what to do, and I'd probably sign Perez if Ricciardo didn't want to sign. But we're just going to auction with Renault. We had to start at 8 mil, which is what theoretically we should be paying for him. But we're going to have to go slightly higher. And we're up at 8.25. We have the money to sign him for pretty much whatever price, but the deal has been finalised at 8.25 million, plus the 4 million buyout is 12.25 million for Daniel Ricciardo. He had much higher stats than Jack Aitken, so hopefully we'll be able to challenge more as a team for maybe even the title this year. And we're just going to confirm the contract. Obviously, we'll have to re-sign it halfway through the year, because that's how it's done on this game. Now we're just going to go into the activity timeline. This is just before the end of the season. And first thing we're going to do is the title sponsor venue opening, and then driver promotion filming. And then we're going to go for an in-depth factory tour with a final 5 days. And then the season will have ended. Obviously there's a press interview in between that we're going to have to go to. Probably just asking us a bunch of questions about our season. We apparently have the second best car on the grid. So if we can bring some upgrades over the winter break, then there's no reason why we can't be the quickest car out there.
Here we are in the HQ of our newest Formula 1 team. We've got an awful lot to talk about, so let's jump straight in. Isn't it safe to say you focused heavily on driver development?
Yes, we definitely have. We invested in our drivers, and we've already signed a new teammate.
Mid-tier team. What do you think will take your team to the next level?
Once we've upgraded the facilities, we'll definitely be up there, so I think we're mainly focusing on aerodynamics.
Is this a sign of things to come?
Yes, definitely. We're going to try and challenge for the championship next year, and we just need to improve the aero, the chassis and the powertrain, but we're obviously being supplied by Mercedes already, so the powertrain's already in a good state.
Your car's been able to challenge the very top teams. Is it safe to say you've surprised everyone?
Yes, we have surprised everyone, I would say. We had a very good first season, and hopefully we can surprise everyone by winning the championship next season.
Your team is currently best of the rest. Do you think you'll be able to challenge the top 3 teams in the near future?
Definitely. We're basically already there, but hopefully we just have to continue our form for next season.
It's been wonderful to spend some time with you. Best of luck out on track.
Okay, so that was the press interview done, and now we're just going to advance time towards the end of the season, with Kimi Raikkonen have his retirement confirmed. So we'll get to see who he replaces at the end. Now we're going to finish the season, and we go up to level 12 acclaim, and Daniel Ricciardo is going to go up to level 14 acclaim. And that means the team can go up 2 levels up to level 15 acclaim, which is very good news. We gain an extra 37.02 million from the end of the season bonuses, and that means that we'll have a lot to spend on our facilities and be able to make a lot of upgrades. Here are the stats from the end of last season. We obviously took 7 wins and 5 pole positions. We're 3rd in the championship with 272 points, whereas Ricciardo was 7th in the championship with 139 points, but didn't take a single win or pole position. Hopefully that can change for this season though, as we hope he can be challenging with us for those race victories. Obviously, I then just went through the car details. As you see, our car is not been revealed yet, and I hope to. I've changed the livery, that's why I haven't shown you it yet. It will be revealed at the car reveal. I didn't change any of the other aspects of the team. We decided to stick with the Mercedes engine. It was the best option. Even though maybe we will be fighting Mercedes next season, maybe we could have gone with a different engine to try and rival them on that. We thought it's just best to stick with the customer team, seeing as we're already being offered it. And now we went through to look at, well, I was just considering what facilities I should probably upgrade at this point. We've got 46 million to spend, and that means that we can make a lot of upgrades. We've also got 3,850 resource points. But first I decided to look at the activity timeline, and we're going to focus on aero and chassis in the first set, and we're going to go through the driver training camp, I believe, in the second slot. Now I'll take us right up to the Australian Grand Prix. Now we're going to go into our upgrades. First we had a look at the aerodynamics to see if there's any upgrades I may especially like to do, but I ended up taking a look at most of the different ones because I wanted to see which ones we had already done and which ones would definitely help us in the future. So in the end we decided to go for the build time on the aerodynamics, and then we decided to go for upgrades for the powertrain on the fabrication. On the chassis we then went for resource point generation. Oh no, we didn't, we cancelled that and we went for just level 2 fabrication. And then we also went on to back to aerodynamics and also bought an upgrade on the fabrication there. On the powertrain we then also went for an upgrade on resource point regeneration, and went back to chassis to upgrade resource point generation and build time, so a lot of work on the chassis. And we still have 19 million left, so we build time on powertrain we upgraded, and then we moved over to personnel to upgrade the simulator so that the pace stat of the driver would upgrade. And then we also decided to upgrade the fitness centre using most of our money, and now we're only at 1.19 million. I didn't upgrade any of the marketing things, which I probably should have done. But we have made a lot of upgrades to the facilities, which is very good news. You can see them flashing in the background. Now we have 3,850 resource points, so we're going to make a lot of upgrades. We're going to start with a minor DRS upgrade, and then a minor drag reduction upgrade. We then just had a look around to see what other upgrades we want with our 2,200 resource points. We realised we were third in the chassis department, near the bottom in durability. Only the Honda engines were worst. So we then looked back at chassis to try and make some upgrades, but we looked at the tyre wear upgrade, and after the start of last season we definitely wanted to upgrade that, and then we had a look at whether we could afford some minors, so we went for a minor weight redistribution on the chassis. Then on the powertrain we went for a minor engine power, taking us down to 50 resource points. I thought that was the best way to spend them right in the end, and that means we should get quite a few upgrades between now and the Australian Grand Prix. I was just having a look to see if I missed anything, and I'm going to just fast forward some time onto the car reveal. We're going to go. We can see that we're going to get a lot of upgrades, and I did decide then to, when we got to 2.54, to upgrade the activities management marketing. And that'll probably be our last upgrade for a bit, because obviously we're now going to have to save up some money again to be able to re-sign Ricardo in the halfway point of the season. But now it's time for the car reveal, so here it is. So I decided to change it from last season by turning the yellow into a more gold chrome colour, whilst also making it so it's not just stripes and it covers slightly more of the car. And I also added a little bit of red on the sides of the car, because of our kit is predominantly red. So I thought maybe that should have a little bit on the sides. And well, I hope you guys liked the new livery, but you can see if there's anything. If you have any ideas for maybe next season's livery, you can put them in the comments. Obviously I'd like it to be roughly the same style, with the main colour always being blue and then a goldish yellow colour as the second colour, but you can see it being worked on in the garage there, taking the front wing and the wheels off. We obviously have our sponsors on it already, because I know at the start of last season it didn't let you put the sponsors on straight away, so you can see how it's going to be with the sponsors. I do think we should be able to challenge for titles this year, and we're obviously going to hope in the upcoming Australian Grand Prix that once our upgrades have come onto the car, we'll be able to start the season off well. I'm usually weak at Australia, so I'm not going to expect to win the first race. But I do think, especially with the upgrades to the facilities, that means we'll be able to put upgrades on the car quicker in the future, and therefore we'll be able to go through and have the best car before now and the end of the season. So we're now advancing on time to the Australian Grand Prix.
By organising some team activities. Head to the activity screen to see what we have available.
I don't know what Carl's talking about, considering we already have our activities planned, and we were looking to see if we could afford another upgrade, and we can just about, but I'm not sure if I'm just going to wait, considering it's already going to be the Australian Grand Prix, so we can see if any upgrades fail. And as expected, one of them at least failed. Considering it was only one, it wasn't too bad, because we did put a lot on the car, so I was expecting at least one to fail, and we're probably going to repurchase that at some point. I was also looking around at the other aero points, because it does seem to be our weakest point on the car. And now that we have a new facility upgrade, we decided we'll repurchase the drag reduction upgrade and put a front downforce upgrade on the car, back down to 10 resource points. But there's no point storing up resource points at the start of the season, because if there is going to be a regulation change, it will come towards the end of the season. But I think I'm going to end the episode there, and we're going to start the season in the next episode, and I'll see you guys next time for the Australian Grand Prix.